Hello everyone, my name is the Retroden, and today I'm here to talk with you about my love-hate relationship with Pokemon. Now, recently in March I had the bad idea to start playing Pokemon again, and I have been playing a lot in my Switch and mostly playing Scarlet and Violet. I have a hate-love relationship with Pokemon, and that's not only because all my Pokemon are still stuck in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon because I decided I didn't want Pokemon Bank back then, because I was too much of a fiend to actually transport my Pokemon to the modern era. I just have this hate-love relationship with Pokemon because I want to play them more, but I personally don't have a lot of things to do in them. Now, ever since Sword and Shield, I have been completing my Pokédex every time I get my hands on a Pokemon game, and I personally get the most fun out of them once I'm playing like the campaign. I'm beating the gyms, I'm beating the Elite Four, and I'm building a team to deal with the PvE side of the game. And that's where I'm having the most fun with Pokemon. The hard part comes when we get to the post-game in these games. Now, I understand that there's a lot to do in terms of the DLC, and a lot of content for you to tackle with friends, and there's also things like shiny hunting, which gives you a lot more gameplay in terms of actually hunting for Pokemon you like, but just in different colors if you didn't know what shiny hunting was. But if you know anything about Pokemon, you know that all ways and paths lead into one or two goals at the end of Pokemon. Either you go into competitive Pokemon, which is something I refuse to do, not because I don't respect it, but because I am not in any way, shape or form prepared mentally to get into the math equations of trying to play VGC, understanding the meta and knowing every type of interaction between the 100 meta Pokemon at all times. And there's the collecting part. Now, I personally find the collecting part the most interesting, but that also comes with its burden, because now you're looking at completing a living dex, which is having one of every Pokemon species, including its evolutions, and all of that requires multiple games, multiple subscriptions, and a lot of time that you're going to have to sink into these games. Now, it is at this point that everyone, me included, reaches a roadblock with Pokemon. You either get really into collecting, or you just drop the game, play something else, and wait for the next Pokemon title to come out. Now, I personally haven't played all the Pokemon games. I still have to catch up with some things on Switch, like Legends Arceus and Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which are the main ones I'm still missing. But then I get to a point where I'm just like shiny hunting in Pokemon Violet, and I start wondering, what am I going to do with all these Pokemon? And that's my main problem when it comes to actually playing the game, but not doing the competitive side. As I said, every path leads into either collecting or competitive, but if you're just collecting, the Pokemon are just going to sit there collecting dust. And me only having the base game of Scarlet and Violet, and I could buy DLC and I'm eventually going to do so, but the lack of a battle facility makes it so the only way you have to use these Pokemon and make them like any useful is just rebattling the Ace Academy tournament, which is admittedly not that fun, and maybe just doing events and raids with people. Now, collecting Pokemon is fun nonetheless, but I kind of struggle with leaving my Pokemon there to rot in a PC box or in Pokemon Home, because I like to give use to these Pokemon and finding intricate challenges that I could do it myself that don't imply me interacting with the VGC. And I think this is a mindset that a lot of people who play Pokemon have, because maybe you haven't interested in VGC, but it isn't worth it for you to invest as much time as it's required for you to actually know how to play VGC, because it is a very complicated game, and I would argue it's one of the most complicated esports that's out there. The Pokemon community is huge, and there are still things you can enjoy to be part of this community and enjoy the games to their fullest and its replay value without having to just dump all of your time into one specific aspect of these games. Now, what that intricate thing you are going to find is, that is up to you. Like, when I was a kid, my thing was leveling Pokemon up to level 100. Now, for what purpose again? I don't know. This is a huge dilemma that I still have in my head. I leveled Pokemon to 100 to just do nothing with them and just replay the Elite Four endlessly, but that was the wonder of being a kid and having fun doing things that were, at the end of the day, pointless. But not pointless, because I argue that everything that lets you have some type of fun isn't pointless at the end of the day. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this Pokemon dilemma I have in my head. If you don't know, like, my background with Pokemon, I have been a Pokemon player ever since Gen 5, and this channel was also built on the grounds of Pokemon. I know I say this a lot, that my channel was built on the grounds of Pokemon, Warcraft, and a lot of other franchises, but it is true, and if you go back enough in the videos of this channel, you will find the videos that I'm talking about said franchises, and you can watch them if you want. They are bad, they're not good, but that's that. I hope to post some Pokemon content in the future. I have a lot of videos I have planned out, even though I haven't been posting a lot. But yeah, leave a comment on what you think in regards to this topic. Make sure to leave a like to help me, it only takes you a second, and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. But other than that, this has been the Retro Den, and I'm out.